Hi, you're with Sandeep at Goodly once again, and in this video, I'm going to talk about an interesting technique where you can use tooltips to be able to explain your DAX calculations. Now, I have been using this particular technique for a very long time. I just wanted to share that with you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you that how can you combine DAX with maybe a creative application of tooltips to explain your calculations to the user a whole lot better. No stopping. Let's just get on with it. Alright, quick interruption in the video. Later this month, I am actually going to be doing a live training session on Power BI, and we're going to be focusing on the hard parts of Power BI. We're going to be focusing on Power Query, data modeling, and DAX. If you've recently started with Power BI and you have struggled to learn data modeling, Power Query, and DAX in a structured way, and you need my help, you've watched the videos, you've liked the way that I teach, and you'd like to enroll for the session, this is going to be a great learning opportunity. Note that this is going to be a live training session, and if you're the type of person who would like to sit along with the trainer and you'd like to get your doubts sorted, get your doubts clarified as you move along in the training, get some assignments right after the training session, it's going to be a phenomenal learning opportunity. Now, just two more things. There is definitely going to be a last date for the training because we are starting later this month. So check that out. And also, there are 15 seats available, and of which 5 seats have been filled up. So in case you want a spot for yourself, do not wait and just fix up a spot for yourself. That's all about it. And we'll just get started with this video. Alright, I'm in Power BI, and that's where I'm going to show you a slightly technical and complicated calculation that I have created, which is budget allocated each month. Now you can see that from this particular calculation, I have two slices on the top, and that calculation is dragged in my line chart visual. If I hover my mouse on top of that, I get to see the value of the budget allocated in that particular month. Now, the user who's taking a look at this particular calculation only gets to see one number, which is 223,000. Now, the user doesn't know what is the derivation of this calculation. How have you arrived at this particular calculation? Can you give me a little bit of insights of the subdivisions of that calculation that led you to this number? Now, what I'm going to do is, before I start to create tooltips and combine that with DAX, I first would like to explain you that what have I done to be able to get to this calculation, and then we'll take a look at a creative DAX and a tooltip technique to be able to break down the calculation so that the user has a lot of comfort to be able to understand this calculation. Let's start. Alright, let's just start with the data model. Pretty standard: calendar, customers, products, and my budgets table are my lookup tables, and I have one fact table, which is my sales table. Let me just go show you the budgets table first. So if I'm just going to go over here, click on the budgets table, that's where I can take a look at the budgets. Now, when I loaded the budgets table into Power BI, I just got 3 columns, the standard 3 columns that I initially had. We had the subcategory, we had the year, and how much budget or how much revenue are you supposed to achieve in that particular year. So that's the budgeted revenue, the year, and the subcategory. Now, what I did was I had to be able to allocate this particular number, let's just say 541,000, to all the sales that happened for that particular product in that year in the ratio of the sales. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the nitty-gritties of the calculation, and we'll actually take it from there. So if I just go over to the sales table, I am just going to, let me just take a look at what was the name of the subcategory. It was mountain bikes. If I just go over to the sales table and just in the concat here, I'm just going to maybe filter for mountain bikes for 2001, say okay. Now you can see that we get about 173 filtered rows right here. Now I would like to divide that 541,000 of the budget that I received in the entire year in the ratio of the sales of all the transactions that I have. That means that take the sales amount, divide that by the total sales of mountain bikes of the entire year. I'm going to get a percentage. That percentage will be multiplied by 541,000 to get how much of that 541,000 is allocated to this particular transaction or the order number, right? That's the way that I am actually doing the allocation. Now, I'm also going to show you the measure that I have created for the allocation, which is very, very simple. If you take a look right here, I'm actually going ahead and going in every single row of the sales table. In every single row of the sales table, I'm taking my amount, dividing that by the sales of the entire year. That gives me the percentage. And once I get that percentage, I then multiply that with the budget amount of the entire year. Now, eventually, all these numbers sum up, and what you get to see finally on the visual, matrix, line chart, whatever that might be, is one single unified number and there is no backing up of that number. If I want to back it up or if I want to explain it, I don't have no way to explain it. Now let's just start to create some DAX that explains that calculation, feed that DAX in the tooltips and take it from there. Alright, to be able to begin with this exercise, what I have done is I've converted my line chart to a matrix visual. I believe it's a lot better to be able to take a look at the numbers and then validate your calculation further. You can see that we have the same number that was presented in the line chart, which is budget allocated, and this is now being shown across the month and the year, and I now have to break down that particular number. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to find out that what was the total budget that I was supposed to allocate in the entire year, and of which 465,000 got allocated in the month of July, but what was the total amount, right? I can see the total right here, but I'd like to see the total all across the cells right here. So I've already created a measure for that, and that is nothing but total budget. Really simple calculation, nothing but the sum of that particular column sliced by the sales table. And I can see that 3.2 million was the total budget of all the products of the entire year that I had to allocate in the transactions, and eventually that led up to that particular month. Now you can see that the numbers do match. It's 3.2 million right here, 3.2 million right here. It's just that there's a difference of 1 because I've rounded off, and that's why there's a slight difference of 1, but the numbers happen to be right. The next thing that I'd like to know is that if the total budget was 3.2 million, how much was allocated in the month of July, right? It'll be nice to know that, right? So I have created another calculation, which is nothing but percentage allocation of the total, and that happens to be 31.7%. But do not get mistaken. I don't really take that 31% and multiply it with 3.2 million to get to this particular number. What I'd have to do is I'd have to break down this 31.7% and then find out that this particular 31.7% is divided between which products and what was their sales denomination, the total sales of the year, to be able to get that individual product-wise percentage that was totaling up to be 31.7%. And I've also created a measure for that as well. All right, let me just get that measure in. That is product percentage allocation. If I just get that measure in, you can see that in this particular measure, the output of that, what I get to see is that how many unique products did I have in that particular month. So there are 2 rows here. That means that I had 2 unique products. I keep saying products, but it's actually subcategories. So I had 2 unique subcategories that were sold in that particular month, 13.7% and 17.9%. And that is nothing but 368,000, which was the sales of that particular subcategory, divided by the total sales of that particular subcategory, which was 2.6 million. That actually gives me 13%, which is nothing but the percentage allocation. Remember that we did that. And 105,000 divided by 585,000, that actually gives me 17.9%, which is again the percentage allocation of that particular category, subcategory. Now the next most obvious question that comes to mind is that, hey, can I perhaps take a look at the subcategory name and the sales of that? I have also created a measure for that, and I'm just going to show you that. So let's just go over to the subcategory and sales measure that I have created. This particular measure captures the name of the subcategory that were sold in that particular month, what was the sales, and you can see that this sales actually matches up with this number, and the mountain bikes actually matches up with this particular number. So these were the 2 subcategories that were sold in that particular month. This was the total sales of that particular subcategory as I just described, and that is nothing but the percentage allocation that I will have to do of the budget of that particular month. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you the final measure that I have created, which just brings all of the things at one single place and explains precisely that how did you arrive at that 465,000 as a final calculation. So let's just actually open up that allocation explained calculation that I have created, and let's just actually take a look at this calculation. So it says that road bikes budget was supposed to be 2.6 million, right, in the entire year. Of that, we had sold 13.7% of all the road bikes of the year in this particular month only. So we take 2.6 million and multiply that with 13.7%. It gives us 368,000. That's the first product, right, in which we are allocating. The next one is mountain bikes budget, which is 541,000 of the budget that we had for the entire year for that particular product. In this particular month, we sold 17.9% in terms of sales volume, and the allocation is going to be 97,000. If you add these two numbers up, you are going to actually get 465,000. This particular calculation actually explains in a very clear way that how did you arrive at this particular number that we initially saw that in the line chart visual. All right, back to the line chart visual. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that particular calculation, which is allocation explain calculation, and drop that in the tooltips so that the user, along with the number that he or she actually takes a look at, also takes a look at the explanation of that calculation. So why don't we actually go to the allocation explained and select that particular visual and drag that to the tooltips right here. And if I now hover my mouse on top of any particular visual, I actually get to see that how that particular visual has been calculated. So I can see that what was the budget, how much sales was done, multiply that, and once you actually add these two numbers up, this is the total allocated, which is also matching up with the budget allocated calculation. Now, I do understand that in this entire video, I have not really taken you through the DAX that I have written to be able to get to those calculations. The point that I was trying to make was just floating the idea of creating these explainer DAX calculations that you can feed in the tooltips to be able to get to a more explanatory and more sub-calculated result that you can actually give it to the user so that he or she understands it, rather than actually using real estate on your visuals to place that somewhere on the slide or on the canvas. But if you really wanted to take a look at the DAX, I can show it to you right now on the screen. So let's just say take a look at the allocation explain calculation, and this is how it looks. Now I have used a lot of concatenate X, moving up and down the granularities of the table. I suggest that you take a look at this Power BI file, which I'm going to leave in the video description, and you can download that. And in peace, take a look at it and explore all the calculations that I have done. But it was not really possible for me to be able to write every single piece of the calculation in this particular video. I just wanted to float the idea, and that's what I have done that right here. And you can take a look at the Power BI file and just digest the DAX calculations. All right, that was all about explaining your calculations or measures using DAX. I hope you like this one. If you have any comments or questions about this one, feel free to drop in a comment and I will be glad to reply. In the end, a quick shout about my upcoming Power BI live training that I'm planning to do. And I have already filled out a few seats for that. If you haven't checked it out, I'm just going to leave a link in the video description. Please take a look at that. It's a live one-on-one in-person training that I'm doing it for a bunch of 15 people. I believe 3 or 4 seats are already taken. There are 10 odd seats remaining. Please hurry up in case you'd like to meet me in person and learn DAX, data modeling, and Power Query along with me. And of course, in case you want to check out my online courses, feel free to check out that as well. In case you're starting out, you need help right from scratch to build up your fundamentals and then move along to solve more sophisticated problems, feel free to check out my courses. Those are also going to be extremely beneficial. Thanks so much for spending time with me. It was a long one indeed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers and take care.